Hello everybody!
Hello!
So, what shall we tell?
Well, let's start where we finished last time. We finished bringing the boat over here, the three guys and me, and we hold her out of the water. So she's on the hard right now, and yeah, we're about 1 year further on in time. We didn't have the opportunity to do very much on her, but yeah, right now we do, so we can continue where we left out. So today is the first day of our 3-week holiday. We're going to give her a clean inside, so all the stuff we don't need can go outside the boat, and we bring to our storage unit. And then we think about starting on the outside of the hull, so that will be the keel and the hull itself, right?
Yes, that's what we're going to do, and I'm going helping Lars out with all the issues that we see here on board, and then we can start on the outside, because the inside we want to first clean out so that we don't have a lot of mess on board.
So Nanette is going to clean up and ask me for every little thing she picks up from where do you use this for, and
yes,
where do I put it?
Because otherwise he gets angry if I throw something away that he needs.
Because I know I've got stuff and then I can't find it, and even though I'm always working in a mess, I always know exactly where stuff is, almost all the time.
Almost, not every time.
But yeah, that's the way I seem to work. Some progress can be made over there as well. Yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff here, and it has to go out, because it's very distracting, all the excess stuff we don't need. So,
that's for now.
Yeah, for now. Furthermore, we'd like to thank all our new viewers. Even though we did not upload quite regularly, the amount of viewers kept on growing, and that is very nice to see, because besides filming this for our daughter, who is in Australia at the moment with her boyfriend, we also like to grow the amount of viewers a little bit, because we think we are doing a nice project for a lot of folks to see. Although a lot of people seem to enjoy the videos, the amount of subscribers is still a little bit behind. So if you're in the opportunity to not only give us a like, but also press on the subscribe button that's over here. You see the little logo of the waterfront over here. If you click on that, you'll also subscribe to our channel, and you will be able to ring the notification bell if a new video appears. Thank you for that. From here we can resume the work on our project boats, and there's a lot of work to be done. Everything I did in the previous videos was just because I wanted to get her near home. So yeah, that's the main things I did. All the engine preparation, the steering, the keel to hull joint and whatnot. I honestly, I don't even remember what I did all that time. But yeah, that's done, and the boat is now over here, so we can finally get to it. So why, you may ask yourself, did we not get onto the project boat earlier? Because yes, she's been here almost a year now. Well, that's pretty much because I was not feeling up to it, and there was still a lot of other stuff that had to be done. None of that regards the boat. So as you could have seen in my previous videos, or in our previous videos, we had the boat over here to just be nearby. So we didn't have to drive first 3 hours to get anything done. Yeah, now the real work has to start, and yeah, there's a lot to take in. I mean, it's not a small boat, it's not mega huge, but it's also not small. And everything will take a lot of time and take money. But we knew that, we knew what we started on. So yeah, so we are fully focused to get her ready in the next couple of years, years. Aiming for the shortest option, but we will see how that goes. So, what has to be done? First of all, the hull. The hull is pretty sound. There's absolutely no osmosis. We really would like to get the bottom paint on so we can float whenever we want to. And to get the bottom paint on, we also need to get the steel keel done. The steel keel is one of our first priorities. And Nanette is right at it at the moment. If you recall, in one of the previous videos, I saga the hull to keel to hull joint. Damn it. The keel to hull joint, just to make sure that there was no water getting in the laminate. So that's one thing I did, and yeah, it has to come out now, because if we want to prepare the keel, we also have to get rid of that saga first, and then we can prepare her properly. Before we can paint, we have to derust and clean. For the priming coat, we take 2 layers of the Sigma Cover 280, and she's going to... Oh, damn it, we got visitors.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
There are a few scary parts in this whole process. One of the things is that we might have to remove the keel to inspect the keel bolts. The keel bolts in the Jeannot are all laminated in, so there's no way of visibly inspect them besides cutting out some layers of fiberglass and then see them. But nonetheless, that's not even a guarantee that the keel bolts are good state anyway. So I've got a few options there, but we'll come back to that in a later video. Now, one other thing which is a bit frightening is the state of the stringers. Because of the state she's has been in the last 6 years, that means water in the bilge onto the floorboards, so somewhat more or less. All the holes in the stringers for cables and piping and that kind of stuff, tubes, they are not really sealed that well. So that means part of the stringers are wet or were wet, and the wood in there may be rotten. So that's another one. But we'll come back to that in another video as well. Another thing that we are a bit scared of is the possibility of moisture in the deck. Well, as you might know, this is mainly balsa wood, and balsa wood is pretty prone to sucking up moisture. So everywhere where the deck hardware is mounted is a possible leaking source, and I've done some readings with my Chinese moisture meter, and yeah, it's not all that good, so we have to see about that. We'll dedicate a video to that as well. Okay, so we start bottom up. We start with the keel, because you have to start somewhere, and the keel is really something we want to get done, because she's all rusty and stuff. Let me take you outside, because Nanette has already started with the keel and the keel to hull joint. Okay guys, that wraps it up for today. We finished the keel to hull joint. Well, not completely finished, but we made a good progress over there. Let me show you. Here's the keel to hull joint, and as you can see, it's kind of flush with the hull, the keel, kinda. So there's a little bevel over there and it's flush over there. Maybe you can say this has to be filled. Well, I filled it last time with saga. Not every part of this joint is as wide as I wanted to, because some parts are pretty wide and other parts are pretty small. We tried as best we could with the attachment of the multi-tool, but now, as you can see, it still has some remains left and it has to be cleaned. We call it quits for today. We're going to get a attachment for the grinder, and that's commonly used for tiles. And it seems the joint seam, the steel part of it, cleans up pretty good with such an attachment. So we'll give that a go tomorrow. Hello guys. Well, it's one day later and we've done some work on the keel to hull joint yesterday. And we're going to continue that today. Nanette is at home at the moment. Yeah, it's a bit of a cramped situation and doesn't seem very efficient to be doing the same job, both of us. So yeah, I'm alone today, but that might change because I had some plan about attacking the keel to hull joint, but just so much variety in width of the joint itself that there's actually not one tool that could fit in all the space available, and that brings a bit of a problem because we want to de-rust the sides of the hull to keel hull joint, and because there's actually no tool what will really fit in all the tight places, we have to improvise a little bit. So that means a bit of sanding, a bit of scraping, yeah, that kind of stuff. So that's what I will be doing today, and I think it's best for us to show you in the time lapse. Okay, enjoy. But all kidding aside, it's taking a lot of time. I'm about halfway done. Nanette's going to help in a few moments, so together we can get some more mileage out of our times. But first, this side. We've got one side of the keel done. Just primer. It's not totally done, of course, but yeah, it's the first step. Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day over here at the yard, and today we're going to continue where we finished yesterday. Yesterday we prepared one half of the keel for the primer coat, and it was kind of rusty and there was some kind of epoxy finish on it what the previous owner did. So we sanded all that off, and now we got the first coat on. Now we've got another side to do, so yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's get to it. As you can see over here, The rust was pretty deep and there was some kind of filler over it, but I got that all out until bare metal, and yeah, just now put on the first primer coat. Now these places have to be, everything, the whole keel has to be done twice with primer, and then I'm going to fill them out with an epoxy filler. So that's the idea. And although I want to do a lot today, I don't think that's going to work out today, so we'll save that for another time. First, let's get going at the little spots. There are some spots with a bit of a flake here and there, so I grind those out and patch them with a little bit of the primer coat. Makes you thirsty. It's kind of a hot day as well. I believe 25 degrees centigrade. So I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. Maybe I'll put it up in here. But yeah, it's hot, but tomorrow is gonna rain, so I have to take advantage of the dry day today. Well, now that most of the sanding is done, there's still the part beneath the keel that has to be checked out. I'll use my scrapers to get that part clean. So, that was done. Keel completely sanded. I vacuumed. Now I want to degrease with some acetone and then put on some paint. Well, it's not easy to get a nice clean surface because yeah, there has been some pitting by the rust, and we have to address that. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. For the first coat, I'm happy. After the second coat, I'll be putting on some epoxy fairing and smooth all the humps in the iron out. After the fairing, I'm going to put on some extra coats, like 3 or 4 epoxy coats to yeah, just be sure to keep the rust in, so when the rust has no oxygen, it cannot rust. Is that okay? Yeah, that's what I'm told by the old man with the barges. Seal in the rust and you're good to go. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'll see you guys, yeah, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. But you will see when I'll be back. Okay, see you later.